Hello, you may notice I look remarkably similar to last week, and that is the power of pre-recording. It's the Christmas season, there's stuff to do or pretend not to do. That's why I did this early. Okay, while I was at BizarroCon, which is a bizarre fiction convention in Portland, I was on a panel, but I figured I'd try and remember the important key points here. It was called Living Your Brand Online, which sounds a bit businessy, but I think we came out with some good points. It was moderated by Sauda Namir, who is she's a burlesque dancer and various other things. Also featured Michael Allen Rose, Danger Slater, Michael Kazepis, me, and Christoph Paul. Christoph Paul is wise about these kind of things, probably more than any of us on the panel are. And I recommend his book, Social Media for Anti-Socials. It's got some genuine tips in there, one of which is Manage Flitter. It is actually connected to Twitter, even though it says Flitter. You can schedule posts on there, which is good enough. But if you get like the subscription, which I think is $12, which in English money is around £8, I think. You can see when the people that you communicate with online are online, and with the people that you communicate most with. So you get kind of two different timelines, and you can pick the best to schedule your post from there. But more than that, you can go into a search and type in any word, or if you're interested in David Lynch, for example, type in David Lynch in the search and it'll come up with a ton of people who have also either got David Lynch in one of their tweets or in their bio, people that you don't follow, complete strangers, so you can make new friends. It does a load of other stuff as well, but that's kind of what I use it for. You can find other things, I'm sure. Just have a look around. Manage Flitter it's called. Someone else pointed out that obviously there's hashtags on Instagram. Instagram seems to be a fairly common one with the others, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's just because it's photographs and that doesn't massively appeal to me, but they managed to find a lot of people through the hashtags on Instagram. There's loads of different book things and stuff on there. I think we all kind of agreed that Facebook generally tends to be for people that you already know. It's good for keeping in touch with people you already know. So if you've got a little community of fans or a little community of other writers already kind of made out, then that's a good place for keeping in touch with them, but you're kind of unlikely to make any new fans or friends. Twitter, I personally think, is the best thing for it. I think it was Danger Slater who said that Twitter is mainly for punchlines and jokes, and that does work for some people. I disagreed. I said I think you can be heartfelt on Twitter, and to go even further, I'd say that I have bonded with people over being more serious on Twitter. If you're okay with that, don't be afraid to be genuine. Obviously, you might get some nasty comments, but you can either block them or ignore them. I mean, you can engage with them, but unless they're coming to you with a genuine need to disagree or communicate with you, it's probably not worth it. YouTube I use a lot. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably use it a lot as well. But if you aren't so up on the communication side of YouTube, what I tend to do, and what many other booktubers and authors, whoever tend to do, is comment on other people's videos a lot and search for people who are interested in the same things, in the same books, in whatever. And actually there's a really good trick that I learned from somebody, is if you go to the filter, which I think is up the top somewhere, you can filter out videos by when they were made. So you're more likely to find smaller channels by filtering out just to find videos made in the last week or the last month. So type in a keyword, say a particular book that you're wanting to know more about, and go to the filter and go to this week, and you'll cut out all of the usual like big glossy channels that you usually find straight away, and make some new friends who might be the same size as you if you're as small as I am, you know. And Christoph Paul pointed out that you shouldn't be afraid to kind of recycle tweets or something like that if, say, you made a tweet that was quite a long time ago and didn't get any engagement. Once you start building up more engagement, don't be afraid to re-release it into the wild. But basically the main point that I think I made during this panel was be interested in other people. You can go on Twitter and just say, buy my book, listen to my song, do this, do that. But you're just not going to get much interest. I mean, you might if you're kind of famous already, but not if you're like me who starts out as a nobody. You have to be interested in other people. You have to comment on what other people are doing and other people's stuff, and if you're enjoying their tweets, if you think that they have a certain unusual quality, or if you like somebody's artwork that they share, comment on that. And if they say, oh, I've got a book out, get it. If it's something that you think you might be interested in, if you like this person, get their book, read it, let them know what you thought, review it, whatever. Reviews are great, that's what you want. And people will start reciprocating if you just show an interest in people. And that's the whole takeaway of the thing. If you don't try and inject what you're doing into every conversation, be interested in what they're doing. People are fascinating and annoying and strange and unexpected and entertaining, and you'll end up making unexpected bonds. And Twitter and YouTube are probably my favourite ones because you end up making new online friends and fans and whole new communities of people. So that's the best advice I can give. So I hope that was useful, and I will see you in January.